What if the reason you're not profitable isn't because you're far away? What if you're actually closer than you think, but one habit keeps pulling you backward? That's what most traders never realize. They don't fail because they're missing something huge. They fail because they keep doing one small thing wrong, and it quietly destroys everything. The feeling most traders have. If you've been trading for a while, you probably know this feeling. You've learned a lot. You understand charts better. You see setups more clearly. You've improved. But the results still don't reflect it. And that creates a dangerous thought. Maybe I'm just not cut out for this. But that usually isn't true. In many cases, you're much closer than you realize. The hidden trap. Most traders think profitability comes from one big breakthrough, a perfect strategy, a perfect entry, a perfect market condition. But that's not how it works. The difference between inconsistent and profitable traders is often small, and usually, it comes down to one repeated behavior. What you're doing wrong. Here it is. You keep interfering with your edge. That's the mistake. Your strategy may actually have an edge, but every time you exit too early, skip valid setups, move your stop, chase after missed trades, you interrupt the process, and once you interfere with the edge, you never let it play out. Why this happens? So why do traders do this? Because uncertainty feels uncomfortable. A trade is open. Price moves. Now emotions appear. Fear says, take profit now. Hope says, give it more room. Ego says, this one has to work. And in those moments, you stop following probabilities. You start reacting. The painful irony. Here's the painful part. Sometimes the trade would have worked if you had simply done nothing. That's what makes trading so hard. You don't always lose because your analysis was wrong. Sometimes you lose because you couldn't stay out of your own way. Legendary trader Jesse Livermore built much of his success on patience, not constant action. Patience. Why you might be closer than you think. If you already understand your setups, if you already know basic risk management, if you already recognize emotional mistakes after they happen, that means something important. You're not starting from zero. You're not clueless. You're not far away. You're probably closer than you think. What's missing is not knowledge, it's clean execution. The difference between learning and earning. A lot of traders stay stuck in learning mode. They consume content, study patterns, test ideas. But profitability usually comes later, when learning becomes repetition, when knowing becomes doing. As trading psychology expert Mark Douglas emphasized, the goal isn't to predict perfectly, it's to execute consistently. That's where the money is. The mindset shift. The mindset shift is simple. Stop trying to make every trade perfect. Start trying to make every decision consistent. That means same entries, same exits, same risk, same discipline. Because edge does not show up in one trade, it shows up over many trades. What winning traders understand. Winning traders know something beginners often miss. You do not need more brilliance. You need fewer mistakes. That's it. Less interference, less emotional reaction, less need to control every outcome. And once that happens, results often improve faster than expected. Closing. You may be closer to profit than you think, but if you keep interfering with your edge, you'll keep staying in the same place. The next level in trading is not always learning more. Sometimes it's simply doing less wrong. Subscribe to Mind Over Markets, because in trading, your biggest progress often comes when you stop getting in your own way.